Please put it down.
Okay.
Is it on?
But can you hear? It or
We
not?
can hear y'all. Just keep this close as possible.
Yeah.
Is that work? What are y'all reading from?
Judah. No, Judges.
Judges.
Chapter 1. We read verses 1 and 2.
Thank you.
She has to read from
It doesn't flip. What is happening?
it. All right, so verse 2 says, and the Lord said, Judah shall go up. Behold, I've delivered the land into his hand. All of the strength of the children of Israel is being held in is arrested because Judah, all of us in here, is arrested. Arrested. You even see what's happening even right now. Distracted. This people are so distracted. In Nigeria, they're so distracted. In this land, they're so distracted. It's just distraction after distraction after distraction after distraction because Judah is supposed to go first. But Judah, you know what Judah means? I'm going to go to Judah means thanks and praise. When Leah is his mother, Rachel and Leah? Okay, Leah, when she had Judah, she was giving thanks and giving praise. So that's what that name means. Matter of fact, I talked to y'all about, just saying thanks. Okay? Saying thanks means pretty much nothing. You say thank you. What you should be doing, since now we understand that thanks and praise is the same thing. We didn't know exactly what thanks was. It's supposed to be some sort of a gift. Well, the gift is supposed to be praise. So if you give thanks to God, what are you giving him?
Praise.
You give him praise. But you can't just say, God, I give praise. What do you have to do? You say, God, I adore you. You're an awesome God. So if God gives me something, I say, wow, God, that was very nice of you. Then I've given what?
Praise.
Praise, which is me.
Thank you.
This is something we can all do. Right? It started to get a little tough to
Say thank you.
to say and
not
say,
say.
or,
Now say thank you.
right? Or to keep up with all these gifts that we got to give someone. So now you know that you can just offer some praise. It's okay. That is a gift, by the way.
Yes.
You tell somebody, if I say, "Dad, you have a really nice smile," it works,
I've been
right?
told that before.
Will you accept that?
Yes. I know a lady told me that this past week.
You said that. She was very old, right?
Yeah, 90.
90-year-old woman.
And now you like her.
Yeah.
Okay, y'all got that? This is the reason why you have the praise team in these so-called churches. I call them so-called because we've been lied to for a very long time. And I take that very seriously. I don't just say, well, I just want to be a part of them. I take that very seriously. And if I could go to war against them, I would. If the Most High God said, okay, it's time, go to war against them, I would. That's how seriously I take it. They've misled us and they put us in a very, very bad position. And I'm salty about that. Now, Judah, so far right now, it's just words. I'm going to show y'all something in a little bit. But Judah is the one that will go first. So this is where you get the praise and worship to go first before,
Yeah.
that's where they get that.
Okay.
Because Judah in the battlefield, they would go, they would have trumpets and stuff like that. But they also were the best at fighting. Judah. The best. There's a people that's alive right now that if they go through the same training as everybody else, they're going to be the toughest. There's a people that look just like me.
The Jews.
Maybe see.
Marine Corps.
I said if they go through the exact same training, whatever the training is.
Some of our people.
Yeah, we know, Daniel.
He's not here to see all the facial
Right.
expressions.
Thanks for also.
Sarcasm. Yeah, you got to remember who you're dealing with. My bad. All right. If that's not enough, I want to take y'all. You know, I don't really like Google that much. I don't. I rival Google, by the way. But they have a really good company. Some of the things that they stand for as a company, I appreciate it. And I've even adopted some of them in my various businesses. But Aaliyah, listen, girl. Adana, what are you doing?
Listen.
Are you sure? Because I can ask you a question right now.
Okay, this is not making money. That's what makes too much money.
All right. So, I don't really like Wikipedia. I just don't like these. I don't like these sites because if they see two pieces of information, they'll go with the one that they like and they'll put that up. However, the so-called Jews of today, where do they get their name from? Jews. I told you
Judah
this
from the
morning.
location.
Judah. The Jews get their name from who?
Judah.
Judah. You know that. But they branch off in this thing called the Jewish. They branch off. They're called Jewish. That's not in the scriptures. That's never been a part of these people. The Jewish. You either have Judean, which you lived in that area, in the area of Judah. You had the kingdom of Judah. They call those people Jews. Judah.
That's why they're Jew-ish, like Blackish.
Right.
Jew adjacent.
And they know that very well. They know that very well. Let me show you how much everybody knows this except for y'all. These people. Go to
Ashkenaz Jews.
Let me see. To Wikipedia. You know what?
How do you go to the Wikipedia?
I'm saying it to you.
I don't think I have Wikipedia.
Tatum, you talk too much. Listen. Let me talk.
Oh, this is Wikipedia. No wonder. No, it's Wikipedia. Yeah, I just went and started learning a whole lot more. Okay, Wikipedia. I'm gonna airdrop and then text it to Danny. Who's ready for airdrop? Verna.
Me.
My mom. My other iPhone. Victoria.
I didn't get it.
Oh no, it just says other iPhone. I don't know.
Yeah, who that?
Well,
You gotta accept the thing.
Didn't you do it?
I accepted, but I need you to see. I need you to see.
Oh, okay.
Oh my goodness.
Where does it go?
I didn't
It
get
should
it.
open up. Mine opened up.
All right, Dad, I'm gonna text you again.
I accepted it, but it disappeared.
You need to get your picture, my husband see. Okay.
Why in Wikipedia, Judah, son of Jacob, Judah, Hebrew, modern Yehuda, Tiberian Yehuda, was, according to the book of Genesis, the fourth of the 6 sons of Jacob and Leah, Jacob's fourth son, the founder of the Israelite tribe of Judah. By extension, he is indirectly eponymous of the kingdom of Judah, the land of Judea, and the word Jew. So does it make sense why everybody that's so-called an Israelite is called Jew? Because who goes first?
Judah.
The Judah.
So wherever Judah goes, where? But
The rest leads.
Mhm.
Follow.
I mean, follow.
you got that? Okay. Why in the world, in something so public, would you? Who is this guy? Who's this picture?
This picture says it's a portrait of Judah by Horace Burnett.
Okay. Why in the world? What does he look like to you? Looks like
A
my
Negro.
looks like my granddad. Mom, you see him?
Like an American Negro.
You see him with your own eyes.
Mhm.
Okay, but it's a portrait, right? So maybe
Is this what you're on?
that's it. Okay. That looks like my granddad. A little bit like me too.
He looks like he has on my wife's clothes for me.
Okay, that's a little bit surprising, a little bit, right? You would say, yeah. I thought they try to keep this kind of stuff on the wraps a little bit.
Look at the beard though. That's kinky.
Y'all see him? Now again, you said this is somebody paying that.
Okay.
Let's go. Click on that Horace Burnett. Click on it.
Where do you see that?
The white man.
All right. Emile Jean Horace Vernet.
I don't see that.
More commonly known, you gotta know how to read that.
Don't pay attention to him, continue.
Was a French painter of battles, portraits, and Orientalist subjects. Okay, let's go to where?
It's interesting that he was born in 1789.
Yeah, why you say that?
Again, it was definitely.
Absolutely, that's what I'm about to get into right now.
Oh, my bad.
No, you got it. That's exactly where I'm going. Go into his biography. Because if you're going to take anybody's word for anything, what do you need to do? You need to go back, check his background, look at the origins, and fact check. Let's look at the kind of character this guy had, because this is a very bold painting, by the way. So y'all in his biography. Doc, you know how to do that?
What?
Go to biography.
No.
Come stand with it.
I don't even know what a biography is.
I want you to go down to the last paragraph before his picture. You wait now.
I was looking for that. I pressed that, but it didn't work.
You press it. Some biography. Go down to the last. You see his picture when he's old, Vernet in 1858. Okay, go to the paragraph right above that. I'm gonna read it. It says his depictions of, I read all this about it, but this is the part I want y'all to see. His depictions of Algerian battles, such as the capture of Samara and the capture of Constantine, were well received by other French people, as they were vivid depictions of their army in the heat of battle. He used to be able to do these paintings very fast. It was very fast.
Kind of like a sports photographer.
Yeah.
He captures stuff in
He's
action.
captured very fast, yes. As they were vivid depictions of their army in the heat of battle. After the fall of the July monarchy during the Revolution of 1848, Rene discovered a new patron in Napoleon III of France. Continued to paint representations of the heroic French army during the Second Empire and maintained his commitment to in realistic way. He accompanied the French army during the Crimean War, producing several paintings, truthfully including one of the Battle of the Alma, which was not as well received as this earlier painting. This is where I'm going here. One well-known and possibly apocryphal anecdote maintains that when Vernet was asked to remove a certain obnoxious general from one of his paintings, he replied, "I am a painter of history, sire, and I will not violate the truth." Hence, demonstrating his fidelity to representing the world. Do you understand why it was important for me to read these things? You understand? Okay. Now, if you go to the painting that we're looking at, it actually is only a part of the original painting. This portrait of Judah is only a part of the actual original painting. Y'all see that nice looking woman right by the side of him?
Yeah, she almost looks like a white woman.
Yes.
Almost, but she's actually not.
Light skin.
Yeah, she's probably a little more light skinned, right? Probably.
Yellow. High yellow.
Okay. So if you scroll to the right, you'll see other people paint people. These are different people. School of Rembrandt. Russian icon. Oh, look at that black guy.
Scroll to the right.
I went to.
If you click the picture itself and then.
Who's that? Who's that?
It's Jesus.
That's not Jesus. You see that black man there?
Yes.
Why is Tamar white? That's a white one.
Well, we'll look at it. Have you seen? No, that's a different painter that did that. He's new. If you're looking at the children of Jacob sell their brother, he didn't do this either. This is some Konstantin Slavitsky. But you look at these Negroes back here. Look at these Negroes. And look at that freaking Puerto Rican right there. Y'all see that? Can y'all see that? Are
I
y'all
don't
there?
know which picture you're on.
You got to keep going to the right.
They're all the same. They're just repeating.
He's talking about
You seen this
all
one?
the people.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Which Puerto Rican? There's a bunch of them.
Joseph.
The one.
See that Cuban right there?
That's why. You,
All right. These are not the same author. I just want y'all to see that this entire world has been blinded, by the way.
see their muscles.
This entire world has been blinded, and we don't know because we've been shown pictures by
Is that a mother nursing her baby on the
Yes,
ground?
okay, let me go to other notable. I think he had the full picture. I want to see if I can find that really fast. The full picture. I don't know why I got out of it because I was in it. All right. So if you pick that go back to how do I find it? You see it? Okay, push details. Boom, I'm in here. And then scroll all the way down. What are y'all seeing? Jorge and all that?
Yeah, I've seen this. I just Googled it. But are you talking about the one and then it's the whole?
There's two. There's two
Pick
pictures.
the one.
This one?
Yeah, pick that one on top. Yeah. So now y'all can see the whole thing, right? Let's go ahead and
Let me see.
okay, there's a clear picture if you go to the right a little bit. Tell her she's not a white woman, you see? Look for yourself.
Yeah, she's black.
You see it? It's not bad, is it? It's not bad.
She mixed.
It might be a little bit, I don't know, a little bit.
Hair.
Victoria, stop doing that. I keep telling you, you can't go. You can't go by somebody's hair.
She got the butt, little thigh.
Yeah, that's why I know that she's not white. She's not a white woman.
Why
Yeah,
she
but
showing her
that's
bosom
what
all
they
in
do,
public
though.
like that? That's
White
supposed to be
people-
exposed.
You want to know why? You don't see the story in that picture? This man, he says that he understands history and he wants to just depict it exactly. It almost looks like a portrait, like
He saw
a
it.
photo, like he was there. Look at the details in that camel. Okay, so what's going on at this place at this time?
Meeting
Who is that?
Leah.
No.
No, I mean, no.
Yeah, Tema.
Look at his staff. Look at the staff in his hand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This is the story of when
When
his son.
Tema was there as a prostitute.
Yeah, she was acting like a harlot. Okay.
Oh,
You see, Judah's older now.
right.
He's not young. The young lady is young, so he slept with her, right? And then he had twins from her.
Yeah.
That's Tamar. No, you know Tamar. Love and war. Isn't that part of our?
And the beads of the pearl.
Yeah. There's a ring. See the ring in his hand? He is black, isn't he, Mom?
Yeah.
I keep telling y'all Judah's
Hold on,
black.
man. Hold on.
With the beard.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Mm-hmm.
He's older, right?
Yes.
Okay. This is not just somebody saying, I think that maybe. This is someone that knows exactly what's going on.
Oh, because she said, hello.
Yeah, you remember, he's an artist, so he has to put all the story into one. You know that they
She has nice breasts.
did sex. Okay, you see the hairstyle?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. So
He's breathing.
that's right. So if we don't get it, this is what I'm trying to tell us all. If we don't get it and start moving, all of Israel is going to stay stagnant. I'm telling you right now. When we read the what was it of Judah, the Testament of Judah, y'all remember we read that?
And
He said that he knows that his children are going to be into women too much.
aren't we?
Said they're going to be drunkards, like they're going to drink a lot.
Aren't we?
Said, and then also are going to be greedy for money.
Aren't we?
Look
He
at all
said
that
that.
black.
He said that. But he also said how well he was good at fighting. He talked about that a lot. Judah talked about how good he was at fighting. Okay? So now that we all can see that this is not Dot's idea. It's not Dot's idea that the Hebrew people have been hidden and misaligned. It's not Dot's idea. For whatever reason, they want to show us. For whatever reason. I know the reason, but they continue to show us these things that are not true. Okay? But now we're uncovering the truth. If we don't start moving, then the entire all the children of Israel. Who was the king of Israel?
David.
David. From what tribe?
Judah.
Judah.
All right. Would you also understand? You had Abraham, and then there was somebody after Abraham that was more important. Who was that?
Isaac.
Isaac. And then Isaac, and then he had somebody that was more important come after him. Who?
Jacob.
Jacob. And then Jacob came, and then he had someone that's more important than him. Who's that?
David.
So it would be David. I understand why you say Judah, but the biggest figure out of all that is
David.
Is David and then Christ.
then from David we have Christ.
And Christ is a Negro.
Well, Christ didn't have a lineage. He didn't marry, have children, but David did. Okay, so of all the people that come from the Hebrew people, all the people that come from Eber, because Eber, who was a person more important than Eber? Abraham, right? Okay. Eber, and then before him, Seth, right? Shem, and then Shem, and then Seth. Okay. All the people that come from Seth, and then all the Shemitic people, and all these people, all boil down to the largest group of all men, which is David.
Well, David,
The largest group out of, we're just talking about the largest important people are all coming down. Christ didn't have a lineage. All coming down, and then King David. Who came from King David? That's a huge Solomon. You think that's all that's going to come from? You think that's the only important person that's going to come from David? No, because even Christ came from David.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you that inside, there's some people that are Judah that's not King David.
Yes.
But why do they say Christ came from David when he didn't have any DNA from David?
Good question.
Yeah.
So Joseph,
Mary also was from Judah. I mean from David.
he was gonna.
Was from David. Oh, sorry.
Yes.
Hey.
Did you not follow? You follow it?
both Joseph, which was not his stepdad. We got to stop saying step parent, stepson, all that. You don't want to say any of that. But Joseph, who by adoption had the authority and lineage from adoption, he had it through Joseph's side, legally. So let's use that. He had the legal lineage of King David through Joseph. And then he had the blood lineage and DNA through his mother, Mary. They were both from David. Who else was from David? You know, Bethlehem and all that. That's all David. Okay. Most of the people that were from the kingdom of Judah, of course, you still had Benjamin. Of course, you still had the Levites. And of course, you still had people that were in Judah that was not necessarily King David. But the blessings, you have to understand, are preservation blessings and also fruitfulness blessings. So who do you think of all these families are going to be the most fruitful? It's the one where the promise goes to.
Yeah.
Right? Whoever God says, you, I'm going to bless you. You, I'm going to bless you. You, I'm going to bless you. He gives them a lot of children. He gives them a lot of children. And then for whatever reason, he keeps them together. So the children of David they lived in Spain, they lived in Portugal, they lived in Egypt. My mom is Egyptian. We talked about that before. They lived in Egypt. They also lived in Congo. They lived in, you want to help me out here? You know some other places? Stop.
Nigeria,
They lived in
West
Nigeria.
Africa.
West Africa, Cape Verde, all that.
Igbo.
Why'd you pronounce the G? Why'd you pronounce the G? Why'd you say Nigeria?
Them Cape Verdeans look.
You're an imposter.
Those Cape Verdeans look kind of like Tamar.
Yeah, I know some Cape Verdeans, yeah.
Is it like Timbers?
The Burdians were taken.
Oh, from South
They were
Africa.
taken from West Africa.
Yeah, they were.
And left on that island, I believe.
Well, that's
And they were-
And the Solomonites, the Solomonites that have the blonde hair and blue eyes.
the Solomon Islands people. Okay, so those obviously we're all the same people, but those people was a port and like a trade route type thing, and so there's a lot of people that would stop through there, kind of like Mom's Place. So there's some mixture, but obviously it's still the children of Judah, the ones who are the most threat to the Catholic Church, which is the Romans. The ones who are the most threat to the Romans are these people. Do you know that the Greeks used to worship
Negro gods.
Negro gods? But they weren't gods, they were just Israelite people. That's all it was. It was just people that they couldn't believe. How are you so strong? How are you so fast? How are you living so long? How do you look so young? These are things that they said, wow, these people are like, what?
Stuff that we still get now.
Absolutely. But isn't LeBron James a god?
Like the crack.
If you would look at LeBron James, Michael Jordan, are they not gods? You're laughing, but are they not treated like gods, or are they?
They're famous.
You tell me, Doc. If Michael Jordan showed up, what would you do like that?
There's people that really worship.
Oh my God, it's
You should have seen how he was with Mario Van Peebles. Have you heard of Mario Van Peebles? Yeah, barely though, right? Just a little bit. That had Doc play. Even if he never met them before, right? I mean, even if he doesn't know who they are, he just finds out that there's somebody. You're starstruck. And he played the part of a little kid.
It was retarded.
No.
You didn't have to be
You
retarded. You were just
had a broken
handicapped.
heart.
But they knew that you wouldn't be able to say the lines.
They started off with him saying the lines and he couldn't say them.
So Marvin Van Peebles playing a football star. He opens the door and here's this fan with a cast. He wants to get his cast signed. So it was Doc. And he just did this.
And they had to say the line for him.
That's the movie he was in. But ever since then, he's been the same way. Everybody. Someone I met Trey the Truth. Trey lives over there. He's right. He lives right there. Slim Thug, yeah. But these people are. Who's larger than LeBron James? Kanye West. Who's higher than these people? Michael Jordan. Beyonce. Who's higher than them? Rihanna. Drake. Who's bigger than these people? I really want to know. Even if you say Taylor Swift, I'll say what? I don't know. Maybe.
Eminem.
Eminem?
Yeah. By far. Tiger Woods.
If they're memorialized and there's statues made of them, you know there's a statue of Michael Jordan in Chicago.
Really?
Yeah. You know the way that we treat Kobe.
You know, sports is a religion.
It's a religion.
Yeah.
And look at how they hold on to every word that LeBron James says. They get mad at him if he doesn't say this.
That's why they told him shut up and dribble a basketball.
Oh, they rejoice, yes. Or they rejoice when he says another thing. All I'm trying to say is, if you would bow down and cry or faint if somebody walks by you, you exalted them. That's not a man. You wouldn't treat another man like that. If you would break your morals or whatever code that you have just because it's but that's this person.
I cried when Tupac died.
They call them idols too, so
Yeah, they call them, idols. The sports idols, all the stuff, American Idol. So I'm saying all that to say that it's not hard to, it doesn't seem far-fetched to know that they were worshipped as gods before. But we've been reduced. Look at how low we are now. But God told us. He said, if you don't do these things, you tell me, was there more blessings or more curses?
More crazy.
Way more curses. Probably 3 times as many. But all you have to do is do what he says. If we do what he says, then we will be the head and not the tail. And I hear people in the so-called churches, and they say, I am the head and not the tail. Why are they saying that? You're not the head.
They're imposters.
You're not the head. So Judah, we have some work to do. Because if we go back to Judges chapter 1, look at what he said next. Now you feel like the responsibility? Was Judah the oldest?
No,
No.
Was the first one?
Was Judah the most righteous?
No.
No. You might as well put Levi in there, right? Was Judah? What was it about Judah? What is it? What is it about Judah? He is the strongest. Right? He's the best for war. But
The praising.
there you go. Because praise breaks down strongholds, barriers, giving thanks, being grateful, showing gratitude. God can give strength to that person. Humility. Now you're ready. Now you're ready. Okay, now let's look back in Judges and see what he said.
Want me to read it?
Yeah, you only down here. So you go from 3, do 3 and 4.
And Judah said unto Simeon, his brother, come up with me into my lot, that we may fight against the Canaanite. And I likewise will go with thee into thy lot. And Simon went with him. And Judah went up, and the Lord delivered the Canaanites and the Perizzites into their hand, and they slew of them in Besek 10,000 men.
Give me just a second.
Piece of good bread, the croissant. Croissant. Good job. Let's go get one.
Give me a second. Okay. I don't know if there's any how accurate the 12 tribes chart is. Dot doesn't like it. Dot doesn't like the 12 tribes.
I know,
The
because
reason he doesn't like it is because he thinks all Israelites are the same.
Negro. Say it.
How can we all be Negro if Yahya Negro came from Judah? Dot? How can everybody be Negro if Yahya Negro comes from Judah?
You need to sit down and let him teach.
Not that. Sit down. You don't have an answer, do you?
Yahya Negro is a Negro
From where?
on Judah.
So that's just one tribe, ain't it?
Yeah. Gad is a Negro. Dan is a Negro.
Simeon.
Simeon.
Okay, Simeon in the 12 tribes chart. I don't know how. I don't have no stock in the accuracy of this, but just for entertainment purposes, the tribe of Simeon would be the Dominicans.
They got Negro blood in them.
For goodness sake, can you let him talk? Stop interacting.
But did you see? The actual name is not important. But did you see how Judah said, "This is the tribe of Judah"? They said, "Simeon, come with us." So let me look up. What does Simeon mean?
it's Shimon.
Okay, what does it mean?
I looked it up before. I don't remember. I have it all in my 12 tribes book.
Don't worry about it. Simeon, archaic.
Shim.
Bring the water to it again.
Simeon. Paleo Hebrew. Y'all get used to when y'all looking up stuff, look it up in Paleo Hebrew. Look up words in the archaic form or etymology.
Yeah. I saw the name in the what's it called?
All right, what does it mean? language family, Afro-Asiatic, Semitic, Biblical Hebrew. Okay, so let me tell you.
Heard, it means heard.
It means heard. Okay, let me tell you.
Shem-om.
Let me tell you where Biblical Hebrew comes from. This is Paleo Hebrew. Okay, I don't want y'all to be fooled by the way they try to categorize things.
But I just realized that the people we saw has to be like yours.
What you said? Just like him. Just like him.
Biblical Hebrew. So, this is our people. Biblical Hebrew is also what they would call Canaanite language. Why would they call it Canaanite? These aren't the Canaanites. But why do they call it Canaanite language? It's because isn't that the area that
That's
they're in?
the giving.
That's right. So when you look back at some things, you might say, "Oh, I don't want to read this. This is not Hebrew. This is Canaanite." I'm telling you, it's the same language. Okay, Biblical Hebrew or Paleo Hebrew, Canaanite. You also see that it's Northwest, Central, West, Semitic. Okay, so the language is also a Semitic language. Where do you get Semitic from?
Shem.
Shem, right? The Shemites. We are Shemites also. Right? If we're Hebrews, we're also Shemites. And then at the end it says Afro-Asiatic. I know we're African. I know that. I know we're Afro-Asiatic. Who would have known that it falls on it? Dot has all these videos about the Bantu speaking people. My mom and my dad both speak Bantu, the real derived languages. Okay? As to show that there's no way that we can really get out of this. So if we are the people of Judah, right? Of course, it's going to take more to show y'all the specifics of how I know that we come from King David's lineage. That's going to be fun to talk about that. But now that we know that we are of Judah, and we know that our strength is in what?
Power. Or praise.
Praise.
We're a praising people.
We need to be, but we praise everybody else. Praise ourselves.
We also praise where our praises are not worthy. The same thing about how they sing and they do and they whatever. They're more
Clanging brass. That's just clanging brass. It would be good if they really meant it.
I know, that's what I'm saying, but they don't. But we are a praising people, is what I'm saying.
No, I get it. Absolutely. That just goes with the proof. That's part of the proof. But for the most part, they're doing it for themselves.
Oh yeah.
To be seen. by men.
And think about how David prays with singing, dancing, and playing
Absolutely.
music. And all those things.
Absolutely. Mom, you all right? It doesn't seem very, very proper to be dancing and doing all that stuff. Doesn't seem very proper, right? When you go to certain places, I think we should all just sit down and have solemn gathering. You know what I'm talking about, right? I remember one day, I think Rachel and I got up to clap at your church. It sounded like this.
They don't clap at that.
They do now? Wow.
That's what Terrell used to be like. Oh,
I try to clap.
Terrell said that?
I try to clap all the time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's,
but they don't clap.
oh, you mean during the song?
Songs, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, yeah.
Y'all do that. Y'all but don't move much. Though.
I move.
Oh, you move.
I don't know. It doesn't seem everything they're doing is like that. They don't look at the words. Even if you don't see me, look at it and see what I do. That's all it does.
All right, we can actually
You're
fix
so
this.
tickled by him.
No, I just never see her make fun of him like that. I thought that was funny.
We can actually fix this if If we hunker down who we are, that's the root of it. That's the root of it. If you go back to your root, I'm always going back to my name. I get encouragement from that. Well, go back to the root, and then let's take a leadership role in the people coming back to the Most High God. That's who's going to lead the charge. The Levites, it's almost like they have been retired. What Christ did, it's almost like the Levites have nothing.
Yeah, because Christ is the Most High.
No problem. Judah, who was supposed to be the king, who took that? The Christ.
Christ.
So when it's all said and done, they get the rule over Israel, while Christ rules over the entire world. That's how it's going to be. And then what?
The tribal judge.
The Most High God, this God that we never see and no one can see, He's going to come and live
Praise God.
with, I can't call it flesh, but his own tabernacle. We'll be able to look at him. God. All right. I wanted to share that with everyone. Also, clear up the thanks portion of things. That's in our name as Judah. And now Aliyah knows that she's a Hebrew. All right. We'll pray out right at an hour. All right, Father God, mighty God, we thank you for the illustration. It's eye-opening. We thank you for your word. Didn't read much of Judges, but I did want to see the order first be shown, the order of things that Judah must go first to fight. And then we can bring the others along. Father, help us to do just that. Help us to bring glory unto your name. Pray that you strengthen us in all the things that we do for your kingdom. Your kingdom will prevail here on earth as it does in heaven. We bless you, we honor you, we worship you in Christ's mighty name.
Amen.
Amen.
Dan, you still there?
Amen.
Thank you.
All right, Daniel.
Hi, Dad.
Bye.
Hi, Daniel.
I got your nose.
That's another beef.
Yeah, I think it's spicy.
Let me give it back.
Like how?
Jalapeno.
Okay.
I thought I
You gonna
sent
give it
y'all
back?
the flashlight.
Are you gonna give it back?
The one I sent is real.
Oh, I can't even sneeze.
That one's not real. The one you
Oh.
just love. Man.
It works.
Yeah, that's not real.
Beautiful one, the green one.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, you come on.
Yeah,
You don't think none of the Israelites came to them?
Take your nose.
they were here first. They said, yeah, I forget the name of the person that sells them.
Can you breathe? Give it
Before
back to you.
Christopher Columbus, before it was all African.
I'm gonna be the
They were
mother
African.
dinosaur. Oh.
Is there
Where
anything
is
Huh?
my
specifically to what y'all are
baby?
doing? Like,
Where is my baby?
how many batteries? Huh?
Oh, there she is.
Is that another one? Excuse me.
Oh, wow. Sorry, guys. I didn't.
You didn't want my favorite.